Hello, everybody. I'm PT, and welcome to the Showbiz Top 5. Welcome. Hope everybody's having a great day, a great evening, a great morning, whatever you got going on. Welcome to the show. I guess you're wondering, why do I have this New Orleans picture up here? Well, I got a very, very great special guest that I'm going to be bringing on. This is somebody that I met the last time I was in New Orleans, and he has a story he wants to tell. He has a book on Amazon, and I'm going to bring him on, and I want you guys to give him a big round of applause. And welcome to PT Showbiz Top 5. Give it up, y'all, for Mr. Chauncey Taylor. What's up, Chauncey? How you
What's
doing?
going on?
Make sure we got all this right here. I got to make sure. There we go. I was trying to get you to see. Yeah, that's how I wanted to get it. Yeah. Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. Okay. All right, man. What's going on? First of all, let me tell everybody how we met. I was down in the French Quarters, and I was going to get me something to eat. And y'all know me, I'm always talking about my YouTube channel. And I'm like, so I was like, we was asking you questions about the quarters, right? We was asking you about, I think I asked you about, why does it flood down here? And you was telling me, no, because they're going to make sure, everything is good down here because this is where the money, this is how they make their money. So
right.
I should have known that myself. But anyway, welcome to the show, man. I'm glad we finally got you on here. Tell everybody again your name, and let's talk about your book that you have on Amazon or whatever else you want to talk about.
Well, just like you said, my name is Chauncey Taylor. I'm glad to be on your show, PT. It was wonderful meeting you, man. You have a great personality, and I thank you for inquiring about the fact that the city is able to keep the quarter safe. I do have a book. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
And I'm actually from New Orleans. I'm born and raised.
Oh, well, we can hear that.
Yeah. Born and raised in New Orleans.
Okay.
And for me, it's a thing of getting the message out to the younger generation that change is possible, and the hope of expectations are vast. And you don't have to marginalize your motives or your intentions for success. Even after having done so much time in the system, man, I did a 2.5-year stint in prison when I was younger, 2 weeks after I made 18, and I did a second JOS at the age of 22, to which I did 17.5 years.
Okay.
That time, I was able to incorporate some thoughts that was able to help me generate and make up for the loss of time and a huge gap in space in my life. I mean, a guy that leaves the streets at 22 and comes home at 40. I mean, it's real hard making a transition from prison to society after having been gone so long, And I was able to sit down and write a book about my life. I started it in prison, and I was able to finish in society, where everything is real and happening every day, moving fast, going to work, going to school, and coming back home, dealing with everyday life circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
It actually helped. And, the title pretty much speaks for itself, how adversity propelled me to change. I used to write this book in between times of my lunch break where I had jobs where my lunch was only 30 minutes. I'll go sit in my car, get on the laptop and type a few words here and there. And I was able to finish the product in maybe about 4 or 5 months after I was released. So there you have it. After having experience and time of trial and error, having failed time on end, I'm actually headed for success now.
So I got a few questions I want to ask you. Because of you being incarcerated, that's what motivated you to write the book? Because, you have a lot of people, they go to prison and then they get out and they do the same thing again. So what was it? Was it religion? Was it God? Was it somebody, do you think, that motivated you, or was it just your experience?
Well, for me, PT, it was my experience. It was the experience and pretty much everything else you said as well. And I'll expound on each and every one of them in particular. The time allowed me the time that people don't have in society.
I know
You don't have, life moves so fast, and you pretty much know you don't have time to take time out for yourself and think, about what you want to do, what direction in life you want to take.
Right.
What's your career path, or what's your motivation, what's your purpose in life? So I had time to think about those things
Oh
and
yeah.
come to a solid a conclusion with myself to say, well, you know what? This is what I want to do. This is my passion. This is my goal. I want to give back.
Hmm.
After having contributed to the cause of destroying the society, why not help rebuild a society? You know what I mean? It's a pretty good mechanism for me to have developed a method of change after having done so much wrong.
Mm. Now, I have a question for you. You know, with all this stuff going on in Atlanta, you know, with these rappers and stuff, what is your message to the youth out there now that feel like, oh, I want to do what they're doing? This is what I want to do. I want to be this. Even though I feel like you can still be a rapper and not be, you know, take on what the other rappers do that's doing the bad things. What is your message to these young kids who maybe not just want to be rappers, but maybe they feel like they want to sell drugs or, you know, rob or kill or, you know, whatever? What is your message to them?
Well, my message is it only takes one time to
Oh
get
yeah,
caught.
one time.
One time. That's it. The difference between, an individual who thinks that their best thinking is their best thinking is a person that's actually living in denial of themselves. You know, coming to the agreement and the fact that I've been able to turn my life and my will over to the care of God
Hmm.
as He sees fit. It's nothing that I designed. I was only given in this life. I didn't make the world. I didn't create the things of the world. It's only up to me to take the instruments that I was given and utilize them in a sense to where I can actually help these guys believe in a better hope for themselves, create a
Hmm.
better career path for themselves, develop a better concept about the future, and not think that violence would help them get ahead. Robbing or taking someone else's things, it's not right, man.
And it's
It's
and
not right.
you know as well as I know, it's not just bad in New Orleans. It's bad in all the cities, even my little hometown I'm in. It's just bad, you know. It's just sad, you know. I wish and pray that one day that you know things get better for our community, you know, because it's just way. I just saw something this morning. I think it happened in Chicago where these people got ran over. It was just they were arguing in the street, and then somebody just came through and just killed. It was horrible. It was just horrible. So when you did you ever when you went to prison, how old were you, and did you ever feel like giving up?
Well, when I actually went in my second time, I was 22 years old,
Okay, you
and
were.
yes, it was a point in time in my incarceration, right at the midpoint. When I was locked up, maybe about 8.5, 9 years, I was thinking like, man, this is like the hardest part of my sentence. And like, how am I gonna do the rest of the time that I have? And
Oof.
I asked a few questions to some guys that had done a little bit more time than I did,
Hmm.
and I became friends with these guys. And these guys was locked up, maybe incarcerated probably before I was born, like 30
Ooh,
years,
Lord have mercy.
35 years,
And they're probably
25
not
years.
getting out, right? They're probably not.
And
Some
I
of them ain't.
mean, some of them are actually out today, and I
That's good.
communicate with those guys
That's
quite
good.
often. They actually helped me, get through those troubled times in my incarceration. You know, going in, at 22 in 2001, I was 22 years old, and getting sentenced in 2003 to 17 and a half years with 15 years left on my sentence, having been incarcerated inside of the Paris prison for like maybe 20 something months. Is a very long time when you get a
Mm.
rap sheet that says 2018 and
Ooh,
2003.
yes.
You know, that was hard for me to swallow. I was like, man, golly, are you serious? And when they say, lock you up and throw away the key, they mean do every day of that time until you actually finish the sentence.
Now, are you sure that you sure this happened to you because they put something on you, or this something that you really did? Because there's a lot of black men that are in prison and they didn't do it. So, what do you feel about how you feel about that?
Well, I was pretty young.
Yeah.
On my first conviction, I was 18, 2 weeks into my 18th birthday, and the officer that arrested me then, they actually planted something on me. It wasn't anything but maybe a rock or two, but I was naive to the system and I didn't know anything about the law. So
Right.
I actually signed off on probation, and the
Ooh.
DA told me this was no, the clerk of court told me. She said, "Hey, what you signing those papers?" And she said, after testing the evidence, they didn't even have anything else to bring in court, so you could have went to trial, but I didn't know. It was only, like I said, it was only one rock or two. And after they tested it, there wasn't anything left to bring to trial for evidence. So
Mm-hmm.
I signed for 5 years probation, to which I violated maybe a week later after I
That's
got
where
out.
they got you, and that's where they
And
got you.
yes. And like my second sentence, this is something that I actually did. I've been convicted for it, so I can't be indicted again. So at the same time, this is something a lesson learned. I was selling drugs. I got into it with a guy, and the situation turned drastic, and it got violent real fast. And
Well, that's usually what happens. That's usually what happens with drugs.
yes,
You're not gonna go to Disneyland, or it's either somebody gonna get killed or
right,
almost killed, or it's not a happy
right,
ending.
right. And I was staying in this apartment complex where they actually had maybe 15, 20 guys on a sidewalk. And everybody was making a lot of money, man. I mean, a couple $1,000s a night. And a guy that came to get something from me, I was selling like maybe like 5 gram pieces and 2, 3 gram pieces and stuff like that, and like maybe quarters and 8 balls and stuff like that. And a guy actually, he was dissatisfied with what I gave him, and I told him, well, just stay right there. I'll be right back. I'll get you something else. And I went upstairs to retrieve my pistol, and I came back out and shot him. So, yeah.
Let me tell you this story right quick. I met a young guy. He's about 18, 19. I would always go to the store in Houston, and he would always ask me, you need something? You need something? Like, I don't smoke. I don't. And, we just became friends, and I tried to encourage him. I'm friendly with everybody.
Right.
And I would try to encourage him to, hey, man, because he said he got locked up at 15, I think, or 14 or whatever. And he was only 18 or 19. He had just got out. I said, bro, but I do understand, but I don't understand that you've been locked up that long. This is probably all that you know, unless you just really want to make a change. It's really hard out there. So he was telling me every time I see him at the store. Then he tried to tell me, can you take me over here? No, bro, I'm not taking you nowhere because I know you got something in your bag. I'm not getting caught up in that. But we became really close friends. And one day I was coming down the street, and I knew he had got killed. And I found out that he had told some guy to get off of his block. And which it's the store's block, it ain't your block, So he went in his car to get his gun, and he shot at him and missed him. And the other guy went to his car and got his gun. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shot him and killed him right there where I met him. He was only 18, maybe 19 years old. Sad.
Sorry to hear that, man.
I tried to tell him, but some people you can get to, and some you can't. Which brings me back to you. I'm just happy that you got this book out, and we're going to talk more about that. And I'm just happy that you're able to be a witness and try to be an example, not just to the men, but to the women as well, and even to some older men, because it ain't just the young people getting in trouble. It's some of these old cats that don't get it, and they still doing the same old thing. Exactly. So when you were locked up, now y'all, by the way, Chauncey's a big dude, so he looked like he could throw some bowls. So did you have to get into any fights or anything?
Well, I'm laughing because I can relate. Yes. I've actually had multiple situations where I had to square off with some guys, and
wow.
PT, I'm not boastful. I give all glory to God for having made it out, man. A lot of people, are not fortunate to make it out. And during the times of being incarcerated, you're going to be tried and tested by all kind of things. So I did have a few squabbles, and I did have a few times where I was actually up against, between a rock and a hard place. So like a lot of guys that I had fights with, these were guys that I never initiated anything with these guys.
Right.
And God always saw fit that I have victory in every situation that I had. I mean, it was very seldom I lost a fight. Really, really, really. Yeah. And you could actually.
You're a big guy. You're real big.
And they have a few guys that could actually attest to what I'm saying. And, I wasn't a messy guy. I wasn't a guy that started things. I was a laid back guy, but I was a guy of great size, and not so much as I was colossal, but I was a guy that I was humble, and I was very seldom spoken. So a lot of guys took offense to the way that I was. And I'm really a cool guy. Actually, when you talk to a person, you never judge a book by its cover. And that's what convinced me to write a book. you always open the book and read it for yourself.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes.
So now we're going to, here is the name of the book. It's How Adversity Propelled Me to Change. So I want you to tell everybody how they can find the book. Plus, we definitely got to get your social media, and I'm sure the ladies would like to know if you are a single man, and if so, they want to know how they may be able to reach you.
Yes. I do have a few things going on, but I recently terminated most of my social media, but I will be getting it back up again, and I'll put it up under something that everybody can probably relate to. Um, I had everything under my real name, so I would have to change some things around because
Right.
my account was compromised.
Okay.
Um, because I indulged in something that wasn't supposed to be. I think it was like an advertising for some type of grant
Oh yeah,
loan. I
yeah,
was in school and something like that, and
yeah.
I'll recreate a page and I'll provide you with that information. I have one now on Facebook Lite. It's new live, and I may do a new live as well on the regular social media site, Facebook and Instagram once
Okay.
again.
Okay.
Um, I'll do that today.
But until then, ladies or anyone who would like to support him, we're going to tell everybody how they can find the book. But his Venmo is New Life for G, and his Cash App is Money Sign New Life for G. So if you guys want to support him and go, how can they get the book? I'm going to put the book back up here again. So you guys, is that what the front of the book looks like?
Yes, that's the
And it,
cover.
and it,
The book could
okay.
be accessed on Amazon, Barnes and Noble,
Oh,
Google
okay.
Play, iTunes, and soon it will be available on audiobook.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Real
Okay.
soon. Yes.
Okay. How adversity propelled me to change. So, let's see. Oh no, you never told the ladies. You never told the ladies if you were single or you know.
Well, I'm actually single. Yes, I am. And
Okay, okay. Okay, good. All right. So
yes, sir. Yes,
when I
sir.
come to New Orleans in a couple of weeks, have your social media together so I can share it with the ladies. Okay.
Okay, no problem. I sure will. I
Okay,
sure
so
will.
there's I want to ask you some. Let me see. There was something I was going to ask you about. Have you ever thought about now you know Jennifer Hudson as well as Sherry Shepherd, and there's a few other people that's I can't think of the lady's name. They have some book. They have their these new people coming up with their new TV shows. Have you ever thought about reaching out to them and see if they'll let you tell your story? On the TV show or something like that.
Well, I haven't had a chance to venture out on some on networking
Okay,
obligations,
well, this
but
what we're gonna do. This
I
what we're gonna
will.
do. This what we're gonna do. I need my PT punchers. I need you guys to get in contact with Sherry Shepherd, Jennifer Hudson, and that's I can't think of the other lady's name. I can't think of her name. Y'all get in contact with these people, not just the black people, but people who have these talk shows, because you have a story to tell. All
Yes,
black
sir.
men who get locked up and come out, they're not. All of them are not doing the same thing. Some of them are making a change in life. Have you ever thought about starting a school? Have you ever thought about maybe making your life out of a play? I mean, it's so many opportunities out there for you. I mean, you have a great story, and everybody needs to hear your story. And I was just honored to be able to. I always like this is something I've always, even though I like to do gossip and entertainment news, I like for people to tell their stories because you never know who you're going to touch, whose lives you're going to touch, or who may see your story. Because I mean, this is social media, so there's no telling who's going to see the story.
Yes. Well, I'm actually working on my second project right now. I can either make it a book or I can make it a play. I'm right now I'm undecided, but I have like maybe 85 pages on this project, and I haven't decided how I want to deliver this project. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll contemplate doing what you said and make it a small screenplay, and
Mm-hmm.
get some characters involved. Have some old friends still around, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll
You know,
try to get.
you know who's from New Orleans and made it big? Tyler
Oh
Perry.
yeah, oh
you
yeah,
know,
most
so
definitely.
yeah. So all right, let's we're gonna talk more about the book and then we're gonna close this out. Let's talk a little bit about growing up in New Orleans. How was that? What part of town did you grow up in? Did you know Lil Wayne or
Well, actually, I don't know Lil Wayne, but I've heard a lot about him. He's actually a few years younger than me. I did come up in the Ninth Ward area. I was born and raised. I was born downtown in the Ninth Ward. My mom stayed on
where
Caff, and
where is the ninth ward? Because I get it confused. I don't is that where they had the most of the bad flooding at over there?
yes, yes, yes. like
Were you
across.
there then? Were you there during that Katrina?
I was incarcerated.
Oh, you was incarcerated. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Katrina happened in
I- and I
2005,
know
I
that
think.
and I know that devastated you being locked up and not being able. How'd your family get out?
Well, my mom told me that I actually had an aunt. Uh, God rest, may she rest in peace. She stayed across the canal in the Ninth Ward area. And my mom said she rushed across the canal and when got her, she stayed on Gordon and Johnson Street. So she went down and got her and
Mm.
she shot out to where she's at right now. And
Now, when I was in New Orleans, we went over this bridge. So is that Ninth Ward? There's a bridge. They say this bridge collapsed. Was that the Ninth Ward?
yes, it is.
That's the Ninth Ward. Okay, because there's like
Yes, it is.
okay, yeah, okay,
It has two bridges, well, three actually. They have the Florida Avenue Canal Bridge, they have the Claiborne Bridge and the St. Clair Bridge. There's
okay.
three bridges. Yes, right after you reach Poland Avenue.
Hopefully they got that stuff fixed.
Hopefully, yes.
And
Hopefully.
there was a myth going around, and people were saying they did this because they wanted to take over their neighborhood, but so far no one's taken over the neighborhood, right? I mean, it's still people.
Well, it's a lot of propaganda surrounding a lot of things concerning the city because it was so violent and so
Mhm.
criminally endowed. A lot
That's
of
every
this,
city. That's every city.
well, a lot of the behavior that a lot of people talk about, I don't even see it. Like, it's a great city to me. It's where I'm from. I
Every
was born
time I
and
go,
raised.
yes, every time I go to New Orleans, I never have no issues. Well, maybe because I ain't hanging out in it. Maybe I should go down to the hood when I go. No,
Nah, nah,
I'm
nah.
just playing. I ain't going
And
there.
most of the time, I ride through neighborhoods to get to my job, and
Yeah.
no one's hanging on the corner anymore. No one's hanging like it was when I was growing up back in the
Yeah.
'90s.
Yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
Now, there was some projects that's real close to downtown, right there off of I think they're still there, but I think they fixed them up. Right there off by Armstrong Park over there in that little area. What was the name of that?
The Iberville housing development.
Oh, that's our housing. But they fixed them up. They look really nice.
Yes, they make them look like townhouses now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes,
And
they pretty.
and I think that's good, Chauncey, because there's some places in Dallas that they fix them up and they make people feel good about themselves. You don't want to go look at a house or a place. Oh, this is where you live. You can tell this is the project, even if it is a project. You want it to look like nice, like everything else. Why not?
Right, and to
Oh man.
help beautify the area, the community, and the city as well. A lot of these housing developments are prehistoric areas
Oh yeah.
that were designed to be low income housing
Right.
to help people establish a family and save income to move to better housing.
Right.
Yes.
I just love. I'm showing pictures. I don't know if you can see them, but
Oh yeah, I can see them. Yes.
I'm showing
Beautiful.
these pictures of. I mean, New Orleans is such a beautiful place to go and visit. If you guys never gone there to visit, that would that be considered the ocean? That's what that's the
That's the Mississippi River.
Mississippi River. Okay, so but there's got to be a ocean. That's why the hurricane comes through. It ain't the
The
Mississippi
Gulf.
River. The Gulf. Okay, it's the Gulf.
The
Okay.
Gulf of Mexico, yes. Mhm.
And they do have y'all. They do have the casinos. They have. I mean, it's a lot going on in New Orleans.
Yes,
A lot to see.
a
Good
lot.
food. Good restaurants. I mean, it's just that's why I'm coming back Labor Day weekend.
And we welcome you with open arms too, PT.
Yeah. Okay. So the
Yes.
name of the book again, guys, is How
Adversity propelled me to change.
Change. And here's what the book looks like right here, and it's on Amazon. Tell everybody again what it's all on.
The material is available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, iTunes, and Google Play.
Okay. I got
And
one
when you
thing.
also purchase the material and support the endeavors of an African American male with convictions, with the mentality to change, you could also leave a review on these websites as well after you purchase to rate.
Okay.
Yes, to give the
Okay.
review about what you think about the material.
Okay. And guys, I need you guys to really support him because we want to see you go higher and higher. So even if you buy the book, please don't hesitate to, hit his Cash App, hit his Venmo. And when I get to New Orleans, we're gonna probably do a live. We'll go live and so you can say hi to everybody. And then, you could get by then you can give all the ladies your social media to all you single ladies out there. No, you women that's married, don't be hitting him up, starting no mess because he don't play. He trying to go back to prison.
Right.
after beating up somebody's
And look, PT,
husband.
I'm so scared to make a mistake. Sometimes I freeze up when I see a beautiful lady. I don't know how to respond to her. I don't know what
Yeah,
to say,
yeah.
because you don't want to say the wrong thing and people get offended, so you be
Well,
cautious.
also, Chauncey, you don't want to talk to a lady that might have a man, and she might say, "Well, I ain't got no man," and then they say,
Right, there it is.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it happens like that. It happens, but you're gonna be all right. He's brought you this far, and I think you're gonna be good, man. You're gonna be good. You're a good person, and I'm so glad we met. So, and I will see you when I get to New Orleans, and I'm definitely gonna buy the book myself. And you guys support
Thank you.
him, and keep doing what you're doing. It's been real, and I think unless you got anything you would like to say, this is gonna be it. This is the end of the story. And look, it went fast. It
Yes,
went
it
real
did.
fast.
Yes, it
Yeah.
did. PTI, thank you for the opportunity to be a part of your show.
Mhm.
And I congratulate what you're doing as well, man. I mean, you're a very inspiring person. And you
Okay,
even
man.
inspired me to know that I could actually do something with myself that could be productive to those who are in less fortunate situations.
Now, in the future, Chauncey, if you want to get some of your homeboys together and y'all bring everybody on together at one time, talk about stuff, that's fine. We could do that as well. Now, I do gossip and entertainment news. So, I can't let you go without asking you about some gossip because I know you probably don't gossip, but I got to put you on the spot. Okay.
Okay, all right. Let's
Okay.
go.
So, Soldier Boy, Soldier Boy, and Orlando Brown, who everybody is saying that he's still on drugs or whatever. He's saying all kind of stuff about people. Well, of course, he said that Nick Cannon gave him head, and I just all kind of crazy stuff. So he got into it with Soldier Boy, and Soldier Boy responded. So, do you think the Soldier Boy should respond to someone that he's saying that's on drugs, or do you think he should clap back at him, or should he just let Orlando Brown go and just keep it moving?
Okay, so due to the negativity that's been in the entertainment industry as of late, with the deaths of a lot of guys like
Nipsey
King
Hussle.
Von and stuff like that, Nipsey Hussle and stuff. A lot of stuff don't need to be entertained. So, living a lifestyle of being a celebrity comes with a lot of adversity.
It
It comes
does.
with turmoil and controversial moments. See, controversy sells. So people will actually try to rip you apart and tear you down. But
Mm-hmm.
it's all about how you respond. So
Right.
I don't think he should.
Right, but he did. So now we waiting on Orlando to respond back.
Oh my God.
Well, look, man, I'm gonna put a little music on now. I'm gonna close this out. I really, really appreciate you tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all check out his book on Amazon. And man, it's been real. And let's see, you be good.
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right. Take care now.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You too. Have a good
All
day.
right, guys, that was Rocky. Taylor, check out his book on Amazon and all other places that you can find it. And make sure you guys hit his Cash App up and his Venmo and support him. All right. Love you guys. I'm PT. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.